finally it's done.
Great.
So Toastmaster Seema, 1 second, we'll just hello Abhishek, good to see you.
Hi.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Am I visible now?
Yes, perfectly. Toastmaster Seema, we can start.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters. A very good evening to all of you. I, Seema Gerard, will play the role of Sergeant at Arms for the club we've to lead. And this is our 64th meeting. Warmly welcome to each one of you. So let's start with a big round of applause and create some enthusiasm and energy in the group. Before I start, let me state some ground rules for the meeting. Firstly, please switch on your video to make the session more interactive and lively. Use English as mode of communication. In case you're using any other language, please translate. Thirdly, please do not speak about sex, religion, or politics during the meeting. Please encourage our speakers, role players with your enthusiasm and a big round of applause for them. I request all the team players, all the role players that they should limit themselves within the stipulated time period. Please mute yourself unless you are speaking. Once again, request you to please encourage all the speakers and don't create any kind of disturbance for them. So it's time for me to state the mission statement of the club, which is to provide positive and learning experience for all the participants with a positive note and communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Guys, don't mess with me. I'm really hard. I will tear you limb from limb and feed you to your cat as a treat. Now get back to work. Those sandcastles will not build by themselves, you know. With this, I'm going to welcome our President Himani Singh, who's energetic and dynamic, and she's going to take the meeting of the club forward. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Seema. I literally got petrified from your poem. But thank you for setting the tone right, as we have a poetry special element today. So a very good evening, everyone. So I want a reciprocation from all of you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening.
So there is no ma'am or sir, so you can call me Toastmaster Himani. Good evening, Muskan.
Good evening.
All right, so good evening, everyone. I, Himani Singh, President of Weep to Lead Toastmasters Club, welcome you all to 64th meeting of our club. To begin with, let me share my favorite poetry, which keeps me going. When failures come, keep going. When you feel like giving up, keep going. When people mock your idea, keep going. When challenges you face, keep going. When mistakes are made, learn, but keep going. Because perseverance keeps you going. So this is from Kate Summers. And with this note, let's welcome our guests and have the introduction. All right, so to all the guests, we all of us would like to know, what do you do first? What is your expectation from Toastmasters? And third can be, what is the fun fact about yourself? Okay, so when I say fun fact, so if I take one example, so my family and friends call me Tubelight. Okay, so why? Because I understand the jokes very late. That's why. So it can be the fun part. And since we have the poetry special meeting, so if you remember any favorite poetry of yours, so you can share with us. So maybe we can start with the guest Abhishek.
Hi everyone, my name is Abhishek. I am from Meerut, but currently I am staying in Delhi because I'm a student in Delhi University. I'm pursuing the master's course in political science. I actually heard about Toastmasters 1 year back when I was at YouTube video by Dr. Jordan Peterson, and I was looking for some platform to kind of hone my public speaking skills, and so I went to their website, why want to know as a non-profit organization. I didn't know that actually there were so many clubs around me that were functioning. So I was happy to kind of know that there are places that I could go to and practice public speaking. And so I just started to visit clubs. And right now, I know that online medium is the thing that is going on, and most of the clubs are operating online. But I wanted to join an offline club actually, um, but sadly that's not happened. And so I just thought, let's just start with something.
Yes, yes, definitely, Abhishek. So you have landed to the right platform. It's a very good platform to improve upon your public speaking and leadership skills. And so, Abhishek, I would like to know what is the fun fact about yourself or any poetry that you remember, favorite one.
Um, Currently, I'm not sure if I remember any poetry, but uh,
Fun fact,
even fun fact, I'm not even sure.
you're not sure.
If I remember something, then I'll.
Yeah, yeah, think about it. You have time.
Okay. Okay.
All right, we can move to guest Muskan. Hi, Muskan.
Hello everyone, my name is Muskan. I just completed my graduation from University of Delhi. I reside in Amritsar and now I am preparing for UPSC exam. I joined Toastmasters because I lack confidence and I'm a very shy and introvert person. So I also lack fluency in speaking English in front of people. So that's why I joined Toastmasters. And the fun fact about me is that people call me in my family Cup, means I can't keep anything in my stomach. I just don't keep any secrets. So this is the fun fact about me. Thanks.
So thank you, guest Muskan. Hope you have a very good experience with us today. And generally, I think ladies got this tag. I mean, usually females get this tag. So thank you for joining us today. Now we can move to Suraj. Hi, Suraj.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, TM.
Mani.
Himani.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Myself is Suraj Sen, and currently I'm working with Akash Institute, and I teach mathematics to JEE aspirants. And I completed my BTech from IIT Beijing 2018, and I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan.
Nice,
And
very nice. So what is the fun fact about yourself?
actually, I think I'm less confident because my English
That's
is not up to mark. That's what I thought about myself.
Don't worry, it's a good platform. Toastmasters gives you a platform where you can hone your speaking and leadership skills. You can be a better communicator, confident leader.
Yeah, yes.
So, yeah, hope you have a very good experience with us today. Now we can move to guest Anupam. Hi, Anupam.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah,
So
good
basically,
evening.
we are taking the introduction from all our guests, and we would like to know what do you do? What is your expectation from Toastmasters? And what is the fun fact about yourself? If you can't answer this, so no problem. We have another question. Today, we have a very poetry special meeting. So you can share any favorite poetry of yours if you remember. Over to you. You are on mute.
Yeah, thank you for giving this opportunity. I am from Toastmasters Club only. I joined Toastmaster in February. Okay, so I am from Sprouts. So yeah,
Okay.
so I
Proud.
like every Sprouts Toastmaster Club.
So where is it located? If I
It's a online. So yeah, based out at Jaipur, but it is online. So people across India is connected. Yeah. So I'm enjoying the journey of Toastmasters, although it's just a few months for me. but cleared my level 3, and so enjoying at this moment. I'm trying
Very early,
to
you've cleared
connect.
your level 3, I must say.
Yes,
That's a good part. So
yes.
Anupam, what is the fun fact about yourself?
Fun fact is actually these times I have become explorer sort of. So whenever I think like something is there, I try to interact with people most of the time, and I like interacting with them. And here in Toastmaster, people motivate me. So I think the fun part which is there across Toastmaster, I'm liking that part. Okay, so whenever I'm getting the opportunity, I'm meeting different type of people, and then learning something from some meetings and all those things. The structure is such, no. See, every time whenever I join, I learn something. So that is the best part of it. It is slowly means I should say that I'm enjoying a lot because I'm meeting so many new people.
You have a good experience with us today, Anupam.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now we can move to Mohit, guest Mohit. Hi Mohit, can we have you on camera, please?
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Just 1 minute. Yes, ma'am.
Hi Mohit. So basically,
Hi.
we would like to know what do you do? What is your expectation from Toastmasters? And what is the fun fact about yourself? Or if you can't
Oh,
answer this, so we have today special poetry element meeting. Okay. So if you remember any favorite poetry, so you can share with us.
okay. Just my name is Mohit Gautam, and have pursuing my law as a final year. That's my first day on here. Uh, I don't know anything about Toastmaster because of my first day on here. So that is the thing for me. And as you can say about poetry, I written sometimes. Uh, I written something for you. Give me 1 minute. I will tell you.
Yeah, sure. Can we have all of you on camera, please? Suraj, Muskan, Anupam,
Okay, that's a.
Sujay.
There are the 2 lines only for today. It was in Hindi, so it's
No problem.
compatible or not?
Yeah, no
Okay,
problem.
okay. That's written like that. शिकायत तुमसे नहीं खुद से है शिकायत तुमसे नहीं खुद से है बोलूं भी तो क्या बोलूं तुम भी चुप रहने के लायक नहीं और मैं भी नहीं
Very good. Very good attempt.
okay
Mohit,
just one
thank
more
you.
yes ma'am
Thank you.
oh,
It's a good
okay
poetry. Thank you.
okay
Hope you have a very good experience with us today.
okay
All right. Thank you, DTM Abhijit, for joining us today. Happy to have you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imani.
So now, I think we should have a group picture later when all the people will join. So I have 2 important announcements now. So first is get buckled up for Toastmaster of the Month award, which we have started from this month onwards. Second, we have aligned all the mentors to their mentees. So in this regard, we'll be sharing the required relevant information. To all the mentees, be in touch with your mentors, take feedback after every meeting, and try to incorporate the improvements in your next role. Similarly, to all the mentors, give feedback using CRC approach after every meeting, either through a voice note or a call or message. So it's up to you. Now we can move. Yeah. So now without further ado, let's hand over the stage to the T-Mod, who is the host of the evening, who has brought a very sensational theme, which is about horrible bosses. So who all are up for it? I'm up for it. Muskan, Sujay, Arunima, Toastmaster Abhijit, can I have you on camera, please, if it is possible? All right, so everyone is up for it. So with huge round of applause, calling upon stage Toastmaster Himani. And let's keep this applause going to be charged up for this very controversial theme. All right, so we all have heard this saying that people don't leave companies, they leave managers. People don't quit their jobs, they quit their bosses. And I'm sure some of us can relate to this saying. Raise your hand if you have worked for at least one bad boss. I am there, Toastmaster Seema, Toastmaster Veena, Toastmaster Anupam, Mohit. Okay, Manan has thought and then he raised his hand. Then, okay, Muskan is also there. Toastmaster Abhijit, okay. So we'll be having a very good experience today. Okay, so many people. All right, so we have a good number. So, what adjectives come to your mind when you hear word horrible, terrible, bad bosses? So we are right now around 14 participants, okay? And I would be needing at least 14 adjectives from all of you. All right, so one adjective from everyone. So I'll be starting with Toastmaster Seema.
And this adjective is for bosses?
For bad, terrible, horrible bosses.
Okay.
One adjective.
It's online now, remember this. It's live.
Yeah. Okay, so Toastmaster Seema, you just think about it. We can move to anyone who has thought about it. Toastmaster Manan, any one adjective.
Okay.
Only one.
Yeah. So one thought that I'm having presently in my head is evil spirited.
Evil spirited. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. Toastmaster Priyanka.
Awful.
Awful. Very good. So I'll keep a note, huh? I'm keeping a note of all these adjectives. Toastmaster Seema, have you thought about it?
I think it's a hell.
Just, try and think about their traits. Toastmaster Veena. Toastmaster Rajesh.
I think rude.
Rude. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Suraj.
Actually, I didn't have experience, but I will
Have you
consider.
heard? You must have heard from your siblings, cousins, family.
Yeah. But I term boss as an anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay, no problem. Work. It will work. Toastmaster Anupam.
Should I tell? Okay.
I have many, but not apt for this.
You can just say
Not be
two.
apt. So I think the best I can say is stupid.
Okay. Fine. Yes, Toastmaster Veena.
Short-tempered.
Short-tempered. Right.
Short-tempered.
All right. Toastmaster Sujay. Hi, Toastmaster Sujay.
He just pinged on the group that his laptop is hanging, so he'll be joining.
Okay, no problem. We can move to Muskan.
Vampires who sucks blood.
Okay, vampires. Okay, a good metaphor. Toastmaster Abhijit.
I guess money. I can say insane, but I have to tell it very softly because I'm still in the office. I hope nobody else hears this word. That's the reason I was wondering.
Chat box. Write it in the chat box.
Some civilized word.
All right. So everyone is pouring their heart out very, very nicely. All right, Toastmaster Pravesh. Hi, welcome. So basically, we are asking one adjective from everyone that depicts horrible, terrible, and bad bosses. Any one adjective.
Frustrated. You frustrate a lot.
Frustrated. Who makes you frustrated? Right. Okay, Toastmaster Arko, hi.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Good evening.
One word for cruel boss will be heartless.
Heartless. Okay. All right. Very good. Toastmaster Arunima.
Arrogant.
Arrogant. Very good. Have I left anyone except Sujay? Abhishek, have you given the adjective from yours?
I think they expect too much.
He instructs too much.
No, I think they expect too much from you.
Okay, they expect too much. All right. So I have, collated all the adjectives in one slide. So I wanted to share with you. Let me know when it is visible. Control, stubborn, favoritism, angry, boorish, blaming, emotional, arrogant, visionless, micromanager. I hate this word, micromanager. Expects all employees to be like them. Unempathetic. Unempathetic is literally very serious. Who is just focused on the work. Doesn't have any emotion. Unfocused, resistant, indecisive, meaning who has not have the power to make decision making, to do the decision making, basically. Credit taker. You give your idea and your boss takes the credit. Neglect team building. Lazy. I've also seen those bosses who are very lazy in their work. Disrespectful. Second, the last is sense of entitlement rather than a sense of duty. So they consider it as entitled, not a duty. So now, yes. So basically, now I have got many adjectives. So we have learned almost 20 adjectives from that slide, right? It was 20. So remember them, we'll be using in our future activity. All right, so before moving to the next part of this theme, let me explain the structure of the meeting, Toastmaster meeting, especially for the benefit of the guests. So this whole session is divided into 3 parts. Prepared speech section, wherein speakers come prepared and deliver their speeches based on the pathways and projects that they have chosen. Then the best part arrives, wherein the most exciting and fun part lies, which is the table topic session. So in this, topic will be given and speaker needs to deliver an impromptu speech between 1 to 2 minutes. So in this, guests can also participate. And I request all the guests do participate, because when you leave this meeting, definitely you will feel satisfied and productive, because you will feel good that something productive you have done at the end of the meeting, right? So do participate in table topics. You'll get a feel how Toastmaster works. Third is the evaluation session, wherein all the speakers and role players who will come on stage will be evaluated. And this session will be led by the general evaluator and supported by the tag team. Right? So now it's time to invite the general evaluator of the day and her tag team for the introduction of their roles. So we have active listener too. Toastmaster, general evaluator, please keep a note. So let me invite her with a small introduction. So recently she has appeared for division level evaluation context, and she has been a Toastmaster since last 2 years. She works for a beauty brand as a finance analyst. She likes to travel and explore new things. So calling upon stage, our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Arunima.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himani, for that brief welcome. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and their guests. I am Arunima, and I will be heading the general evaluation session. As you know, for any meeting to happen, the evaluations are necessary. so that everyone can improve. There is always some round for improvement, and that is why in Toastmasters meeting we have general evaluation sessions wherein the general evaluator will observe the everything, including the decorum of the meeting. And I will not be alone in my role. I will be headed by the team of evaluators who will be evaluating the speech by the prepared speaker. Along with that, I have a task team with me who will be there to help in noting down the timing, unnecessary sound, and the language. So let's start calling on the stage with the timer. Let's welcome our timer for today, Toastmaster Raj.
Thank you, Journal Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, all Toastmasters and guests, you can please unmute your mic because I want to ask you something. Suppose I'm giving you scenario. Suppose if we want to do or learn any new skill and we are not good at time management, can we become master in that skill by avoiding time management?
Please not.
No.
I guess not.
Okay, exactly. So, exactly. If we want to do something extraordinary in our life, we should do our work on time, so that our senior, our elder, our mentor do not give any kind of negative feedback related to our work. So today I will going to help you as a role of timer. By doing as a role of timer, I will show green, yellow, red cards which denote specific time remaining. Table topic speaker should limit their remarks not more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the red card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes in length. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. So in the end of the meeting, when Journal Evaluator will call upon, I will show my timing report. So right now I want to share my short poetry, which is very short. So, okay. My name starts from R. My father has white color car. I'm repeating once more. My name starts from R. My father has white color car. I don't have any pet, but I love cat.
Very good.
So over to you, Journal Evaluator.
I guess Journal Evaluator is not there. She's just joining. Can we have the introduction of our counter of the day, Toastmaster Veena?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Good evening to all of you. Today I am going to play the role of an R counter. In the capacity of an R counter, I will be noting down the filler words that we generally use while speaking. Those words are so, and, you know, but, like, I mean, and sometimes we repeat the words also. So I'll be noting down these words, whoever uses them. But if we are well prepared and if we don't rush, then we don't use many of the filler words. So stay calm when you come on stage and speak nicely without any hurry. Then we'll not use many of the filler words. That's all. I'll be giving the report when GE calls me back on the stage. Thank you, Himani. Thank you very much.
Now let's hear from the debate for the day. Toastmaster
fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Okay.
Grammar is a reflection of our image. Either it's a good or bad. We have made an impression, and like all impression, we still have control of our grammar. So today, I'll be playing the role of a grammarian, and it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully their language. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, thoughts. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. I have already entered it in a chat box, but still I'm showing my screen so that it will be visible to all. So word of the day is nickel. It can be used as an adjective. The meaning is great, large, or much. We can use it in a sentence like many a little makes a mickle. We have another idiom of the day. Idiom of the day is learn the ropes. Meaning hereby, learn how to do the things. We can use it in a sentence like, as a professional, you need to constantly learn the ropes to do really well in your career. I request everyone, to the members as well as guests, to use the word of the day and idiom of the day as much as possible. So you will get benefit from the it. I'll be back with my report at the end of the meeting when called upon the stage. Over to you, Journal Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka. And just a request, whenever anyone uses word of the day on the stage,
Hi, Arunima, it's okay. I think
with a thumbs up to encourage and motivate the other members to use the word of the day or the idiom.
Arunima, you can mute yourself now. I guess there is some background noise. All right. Okay, so we can move to the next step. Hi, guest Munish. Welcome back. All right, so we can move to the next step. So before moving towards our theme, we can have our speech today, the prepared speech.
Himani, I'm remaining active listener.
All right, yeah, please have your introduction. I'm really sorry.
No problem. So good evening, everyone. I'll be the active listener of this meeting, and I would like to share a few stanzas of a poem by I think Robert Frost. I think all of you must have already heard it. It says woods are lonely and also deep, and I've got miles to go before I sleep. Yeah, and so in order to check that no one is sleeping in a meeting, I'll be paying close attention to all the speeches and everything that is discussed in the meeting. And I'll be at the end of the meeting, I'll be asking a few questions on the basis of whatever is discussed in the meeting. And I've got some chocolates also. Will be in correct answers. I'll be sharing chocolates with you. So wish you all very best. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Topics
Toastmaster
are here with me,
Sujay.
okay?
Thank you, Toastmaster Sujay, for the explanation of your role. He's the active listener, so he'll be asking questions at the end of the meeting. All right, now I think we can have our prepared speech now. So before I call upon the speaker, let me invite the evaluator of the speech, very versatile, Toastmaster Pravesh, for stating the speaker's objectives. So over to Toastmaster Pravesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imani, for handing over the stage. So DTM Toastmaster Abhijit Roy is about to deliver a speech. His path is persuasive influence, and he is on level 3. And his project is elective project, and project name is Connect with Audience. The objective of his speech is to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. So that's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhijit, and all the best for your speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pravesh. Okay, so now it's time to invite a speaker. So before I do, let me share his brief intro. So currently he is Distinguished Toastmaster. So the people who do not know what is DTM, so Distinguished Toastmaster represents highest level of education achievement in Toastmasters. Okay, and he has been a Toastmaster for 4+ years, Triple Crown awardee for 2 consecutive terms. Wow. And he's the business development professional in a shipbuilding industry for 13+ years. And if I talk about his hobbies, so it's traveling, photography, gardening, marathoning. So it's huge. It's mickle. So Toastmaster Abhijit, life is short, live it large. Life is short, live it large. Toastmaster Abhijit.
Let me see few raise of hands of those people who believe that you have lived life happily, successfully, and to the best of your thoughts. Absolutely. A lot of people will certainly raise your hands. Even I would do that. Why? The answer is very simple. We all as humans have a common goal to achieve: to stay happy, to stay healthy, and to be in a much more safer place. But let us go back and think just for a moment. This is our life, and hence we raised our hands. What about millions of others whom we watch on the television, whom we watch through our real lives? People who are on the streets begging, people who are on the borders saving our motherland. Are their life also the same thing which we just defined? The answer is something that is a question mark. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. Today, this very sensible title that I chose, that life is short, live it large, is all because that is not something which I intend to do, or I kind of sent out a very strong and powerful message to you all. It's not about that. We all are grown-ups. We all know the basic understanding of what life is and how we want to live life. But the basic thing is to think beyond what really is life defined as. We all really are reading the news and understanding that there is a war of crisis, a war of hatred, a war between 2 nations, Ukraine and Russia. So many people are dying each day. How are we going to stop it? Are those innocent people who also are killed could ever think of that life is going to be short or going to be large? Think about it. For a moment, just close your eyes and imagine what is life for them? What is life for those people who are right now sitting right outside of the metros of the railway stations and outside the airports, in the scorching heat in the north part of the country. Few people stay in Delhi, few people in Noida and in Gurgaon and in the upper parts of the country, few in other parts of the country, and even beyond borders. Have we ever imagined of what is life for them? Certainly not. For me also, I didn't know the true definition of this until two things happened in my life quite early in my time during the pandemic, which made me feel that yes, life is short and we should live it large. My maternal aunt passed away last year because of COVID. She was a very happy-go-lucky woman. She was very jovial. And the day when my sister got engaged, she was the one who took a step forward and came and told all of us, I'm extremely happy. I'm so very happy that I'm going to dance, I'm going to sing, and I'm going to enjoy to the core. We did not know that those were those powerful, enthusiastic, and happy words going to be shared for the last time. Just 2 days after those statements, which was made by my aunt, she was diagnosed with COVID. And all of a sudden, things suddenly changed. In a matter of just 48 hours, the doctors had given their words. We could not save her. But she went with teaching all of us a lesson. A person who was equally jovial, happy, and so very lively taught us that whatever life has, just live it. Do not fight, argue, or even repent of what it has shown us or given us. We all should just continue from what it has in the paths that it has sown. Similarly, just about a couple of months ago, I lost my grandma. My grandma was 87. She was also a person who taught me the life that I should live, a life of prosperity, happiness. And that was the main purpose.
Toastmaster Abhijit, you've gone muted.
If you really see life in a very simple way, a few people think, let me tell you, I do think, I have not made it large. I have not made it enough. Don't worry, Abhijit. You have a second life. After you die, probably you will equally become richer, like the Ambanis or the Adanis. Hold on. That's not going to be correct. That's not going to be right. Am I really going to be like the Adanis or the Ambanis in my second life? That's just hope. That's just a dream. Who knows what am I going to become in my second life? A few people in this audience also somewhere would also think this way. But let me tell you the reality, which you all do agree. The reality check is, this is the moment, this is the life that we all should live, not even thinking of what we are going to have in our next lives. We all probably go through mythology and agree to the fact that there are 7 avatars. But who know which avatar we are in right now? No, my friends. Gone are the days which you cannot bring back, but the days to come are in your hands. It is up to you how you want to live it, how you want to make it large, how you want to make it big. Do not sit back, relax, and repent over small things. Do not cry over spilled milk, but wake up and shine. Make sure that you are living the life that you ought to have. Because again, life is short. live it large. Thank you, and over to you,
Thank
Toastmaster
you,
Lily.
Toastmaster Abhijit. Can we have a big round of applause for him for delivering such a powerful message through his speech? So thank you, DTM Abhijit. Abhijit, before you go, can we have a group picture, please? Can you all come on camera? Toastmaster Anupam, Munish. Yes, thank you very much. I'll be just. So what gesture is this, or this one? I think this one. Horrible bosses. Come on, Rajesh, do. Anupam. All right. Thank you everyone. I'm just saving it. I think indeed we have a wonderful speech. So we have learned the ropes today. Many key takeaways were there. So thank you, DTM Abhijit. Now I can move to my theme, which is horrible bosses. Well, who all wants the cathartic experience for all of you? I think everyone wants, right? Everyone wants to pour their heart out. So do you know what is catharsis? What does catharsis mean? Does anybody know? Just out of curiosity, I'm asking. Well, it's if you just Google this particular word, so it means providing physiological relief through an open expression of strong emotions. So this is the time where all of us can pour our heart out. Long story short, we can all do backbitching of our bad bosses, isn't it? So let me start with myself, since I have the privilege of being the team mod today. Toastmasters, I have a 10 years of work experience. And out of these 10, I've spent 4 years with different terrible bosses. Okay. And I tasted the bad boss situation at the beginning of my career itself. Bad luck, such a bad luck. So when I started my first job, it was in Gurgaon. And my boss characteristics, my boss was in his 40s. Okay. Just keep a note, unmarried. He had no life beyond work, no life. My boss used to commute with our colleague who used to bring his car. We used to have our morning meetings at 9 a.m. If someday it is happening at 9:15, he used to throw a taunt to my colleague who used to bring us, all of us, for getting all of us late. So that's how my boss was. He has that audacity to throw a taunt. If he had a call at 7:30 p.m., he used to expect everyone to be in office till his call gets over. I still remember one of my colleagues was blessed with a baby girl. He was in hospital, but my boss called him to office to do the month-end inventory check because he was the warehouse manager. And it was disgusting to me. I was just passed out from a college. I was fresher that time. And I was, I'm seeing all of these scenarios. My colleague wanted to leave the job at that time. And my colleague had experience of 5 years. And my boss wanted all the info. When are you getting up from your desk? When are you reporting back? Thankfully, I stayed with that company only for 1 year. I managed it because I was single. And that was my first company. I had that spark that, yes, I have to do. Otherwise, perhaps I would have left that company. So my second boss, when I went to the second company, Unfortunately, I got the tough boss again, who used to notice each and every move of mine. In fact, every team member. How many times I'm getting up from my seat, how many times I've gone to cafeteria. If I'm coming to office at 9:05, he used to see me as if lion is seeing the deer, maybe. He used to have one common dialogue. Whenever I'm leaving at 5:30 or 5:45, 5:45 instead of 6. Half day money? I said, sir, half day, I just told you that I had some work. And he used to say this in front of everyone and anyone. In front of other functions, he was never afraid of scolding me and my other team members. And of course, he had numerous questions on my personal life. So that was one of the tasks too. So before I go to my third boss, I really wanted to ask from each one of you your experience. Please pour your heart out like I did. So we can start with anyone. Any short story, anyone can come up. Come on, at the initial stage, many people have raised their hands, and you have told us awful, disrespectful, vampire. I still remember. So come on. You think? Let me just tell you the story of my third boss, if it is okay. Okay, Pravesh. Okay, Pravesh. Okay, so Manan, Pravesh has raised his hand. So let us know about Pravesh boss.
Let me tell in my small career of 3 years, I have changed 4 companies. So it's my 4th company. So I had 4 bosses. So talking about my first boss, I began my career in 2018, December 2018, and I joined a small company called Simplify ID. So it was a small startup company in which there were only 10 to 15 employees were there. And we had a boss, his name was Mr. Deepak Mehta. And he was an ex-employee of Infosys, and he was a project manager over there. So now the size of the company is very small. And so what happened, he keeps an eyes on each and every employee, on the work of each and every employee. At the anytime he comes behind us and just keep his eye on our laptop, what he is doing, what task he is doing. And he tried to scold us for every small mistake we commit. So it happens that he makes us uncomfortable many times. But so this was one of his one of his problem with him. But there was some good part about him as well, that like he used to throw us parties on every what we said occasions we have, like Holi, Diwali. So he used, because the size of the company was very small. Moving on to my second company, it was a medium level company, and we had a boss called Nishant Kumar, and he was a devil really. When I joined the company, I was not having much knowledge and I was not able to work properly. So he used to come to me and tell me, तुमसे हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा, तुम कर भी पाओगे नहीं कर पाओगे ये. And I used to say, यार, I am new here, I just joined and you are just barking on me like anything. He just used to come again and again to me. He see that he's the weak person. So he just used to taunt me again and again. Gracefully, by the grace of God, he just lasted for 2 months. He was serving his notice period when I was there. I joined there in January and left in February. So for 2 months, surviving was very hard with him. Currently, he's working in Oracle. Now I have very good relation with him because now he has left and we talk sometimes. So these are the two. In my third company, it was a big company.
Pravesh, let's take a pause. Let's hear it from someone else too. You are fully charged up. I know so we are short of time, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. And you know what? When Pravesh was telling us, he was actually taking the names, and which I really loved it. But I didn't take the name, okay? And I cannot. It's YouTube, Pravesh. So your bosses can see you taking their
now they are
name.
the ex-bosses, they can see, it doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you, Pravesh, for pouring your heart out. Now we can move to Toastmaster Manan.
Talking about horrible bosses, TM Himani, let me tell you, when you were explaining your story now, about, keeping a check on you when you are leaving your seat, right? And, looking at you, like you have like murdered somebody when you are coming like 10 minutes late or leaving 15 minutes early. So these are like, I think, common traits of every, bad boss, I feel. But one of the incidents, I want to tell you about one of the many bosses that I've worked for. So what happened that, okay, so we thought of, planning certain improvements on our existing project. Okay. So when I was like part of that project, and those were like my observations. So we had this discussion. So I thought maybe I'll present my ideas. Like, I will give my 100%, like, like a nice, enthusiastic employee. So I would make a data-driven presentation with pictures and, easy to understand. And, we have some nice points to make. So I did all of that hard work and I presented my presentation to my boss and I said, okay, these are my ideas and these are the scope of improvements in our project and I think we must do it. So he was like, he was very happy with that presentation. He was saying, yes, you did a good job and these are the things, these are the weak points and we are definitely going to improve on them. I was like, happy, bro. And he said, okay, what I'm going to do is, let's just schedule a meeting with higher ups and we'll present that, this research to them and we'll ask, seek for the approval and then we'll implement it. I was like, okay, boss. Okay. So he said, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., let's have a Zoom meeting. At that time, we were having a work from home scenario. So what happened 10 a.m. tomorrow? We had this Zoom meeting and I was like all prepared. Okay, so now I have to present this, my research to the higher ups. So I was preparing whole night to deliver that presentation and everything. So what happened at 10 a.m. tomorrow? That my boss came up on screen, said, okay, this is the research that the guys have done and these are the improvement areas. And now I am going to share my screen and present to you all the findings that I had. And I was like, bro, you have just stolen my work, man. Again, this is not fair. And for the entire like 45 minutes, he kept on speaking the same words that I told him yesterday without even mentioning it once that, I was the one who created this presentation. And, that was like a very, very heartbreaking experience for me. And I was like, I was very sad and angry at the same time that day. So this was like one of the incidences that happened.
Toastmaster Manan, I can very well relate to you. This incident, this incident has happened to me many times. I have prepared the complete stuff and my boss is doing the whole presentation. It aches, it aches a lot to us. When you actually put so much efforts and credit takes your boss. So it happens, yeah. Can we have more incidents, more heart pouring activity? Yeah. Toastmaster Veena. Sorry, Toastmaster Veena, I don't know. We cannot hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Okay. When I was in job at that time, I used to take class 10th class. I was in a class and my principal, Mrs. Balla, came in the class. The period had started just now, just then only, and the students were opening their books. She started yelling, you haven't started teaching yet, this and that. Then she called me out, like, okay, come out. Then she said, you haven't started yet, like, ma'am. It takes time for the student unless they open the books. How can I start teaching? Then too, she didn't stop. Then I couldn't help simply saying, I said, actually, you don't know how to deal with the teachers.
Correct.
Like, although you are a principal, but you don't know how to deal with the teacher. Teachers also need respect. You can't talk like this in the class itself. Then I said, then I told her I too had been a principal once. And she said, you had been back. Of course I had been. That's another thing. At this time, I'm not. But I'll not, if I'm not at fault, I'll not agree with it. When I told her, you know nothing except insulting the teacher, she felt very bad. And she complained me to the manager of the school.
Oh God.
Who
Very good attempt. Threatening job threatening boss you had.
But
okay.
I was not afraid at all.
But you were, yeah.
And I didn't leave the job either. Why should I? If you have any problem, you should shut me out. Because I knew they don't have any good teacher there. So I worked there. Although I didn't like much there, but still I continued my job. Why should I lose?
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to be bold in the front of boss.
If you bear the insult, only then they dare to. Sometimes we have to be bold enough. What maximum they can do? They can simply shunt you out. So what? You can get a job anywhere else. If you are intelligent, you can get a job anywhere. I used to get a job very easily. So I didn't care much. Secondly, the responsibility was not on my head. It was on the head of my husband only. That's why I didn't care much.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Veena. We can move to Toastmaster Sujay. So Sujay, you need to be like little quick because we are running short of time. We have Priyanka as well. So just be quick in your.
Yeah, I remember it was in my previous organization actually. So it was a startup actually, and it was run by a young couple. They were actually boyfriend girlfriend. Okay, actually, they tried to hide it from us, but it was obvious.
Okay.
But the problem was, we used to kind of spy on the phones and everything. Okay, young employees, all of us. But the problem was that if they used to like have a fight or argument, they used to take it out all on us. Okay, all the frustration and depression on us. And then if they make up also, will be on us. Now the problem, like another problem in my active, in my real life also, like my friends and all, they treat me like an I was a good listener. Okay, so like they say, okay, I'm a good counselor and all. Okay, I'm a good listener. Okay. Now the problem is, the boy, my boss, he used to also he also treated me as a good listener, and he used to share and all his marital problems also with me. I was and that time I was a bacha, I was a kid. Okay, I didn't know how to actually counsel and all. Some of the details, okay, you share all your marital problems, but you don't enter into like all details, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult sometimes actually.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sujay. So we can move to Toastmaster Priyanka. I think she has also raised her hand.
Hello everyone. Like all others who are expressing their views about their horrible bosses, I want to express my view as well.
No worries, Toastmaster Priyanka. I think we can take your incident later.
Yeah,
maybe we can.
Please.
Yeah. So anyone wants to share their incident? Okay, Toastmaster Seema. Yes, one last. You are on mute, Toastmaster Seema.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
So my journey of professional experience of say 25 years, I feel I had the privilege of having good bosses as well as the bad bosses. So my first journey with Indian Express, I had the horrible boss. On the bad quality was he used to come in the morning, read the newspaper the entire day. Relief to me that I moved from Delhi to Jaipur. So that was a big respite. I learned while I was there with Indian Express Jaipur branch. There, my boss was good. Initially, I was told that for 2 months, somebody would be there to train me to head the branch. I left that organization and joined another organization where General was my boss, and that was an opportunity where I learned a lot. He made me not only to work, but also given a free hand to see how we can grow in our life. That was my first good boss. Then again, I moved to another organization. He was again a role model for me, that he taught not only for the work, but he was like a Google. Whenever we had any problem or anything we would like to know, he would say. Then while he knew that we are depending on him, he would say, now please Google yourself. A very good boss, I would say. Again, with all the mentors I have currently, I think they're wonderful people. I've also been a boss. I've been a bit of both good and bad boss. Because if I'm a workaholic, I would expect the other person also to be workaholic. That's bad on my part. That's bad on my part. Now, when I've started this venture, I feel the people who are working in my team, they should have the free hand. They should have an opportunity to grow. If they are happy, then only they can be more productive. Looking for people who are more productive, and if we don't give them a free hand, they will not be able to do. We need to understand that even they are human beings. They also have the problem. We need to be more compassionate towards them. So after having started this organization, I am trying to make a balance between the two. If somebody still wants to work from home, I said, okay, fine. Work from home is good, but at least the productivity should be there. Okay. So if somebody constantly wants to work good, and I'm thankful to all the good bosses, to all the bad bosses I had in my journey. Very few bad bosses, but most of my bosses were very good. I learned a lot from them. I still would like to have many more bosses, many more mentors, I would say.
Seema, I would like you to take a pause now because now we are running extremely late.
Great.
So
privilege to have good bosses. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your incidents. Thank you. And now it's time to move to the next session. So let's call upon Toastmaster Manan, who recently completed level 1 of his pathway. And I must tell you that whenever he takes up any role, he leaves no stone unturned to grab any award. Okay. So calling upon stage our very own Toastmaster Manan.
Thank you so much, TM Himani. Although I would say I'm still learning the ropes from you and other extremely meticulous club members that we have. But nevertheless, thank you for the compliment. So hello, good evening, everybody. The scorching temperature of northern parts of India are certainly giving you thoughts to escape to the mountains already. But before you guys escape, let's just have this table topic section. So let me explain what this session is all about. So this session is all about impromptu speeches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw random topics at you guys, and you have to speak on that topic for about 1 to 2 minutes, as the timer have told you the timings. Okay, so I think it's a simple game. So just to set the record straight and just to let you guys know the expectation and how you need to perform it, first of all, I'm going to call one experienced Toastmaster, and after that, I'm going to call upon the guests, and I would definitely request all the guests to please participate in this enthusiastically, because table topic section actually makes you to think on your toes and deliver on the spot. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So just to make a quick selection of topics, I have come up with a little tool online. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen. Okay. I hope my screen is visible. So first of all, I'm gonna call upon TM Seema. TM Seema. I'm gonna spin this wheel, and the number that you'll get is the topic that you'll be having. I hope this sounds cool, right? TM Seema, am I audible?
You are on mute.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you've got number 4. So now the topic that you have, okay, okay, let me just explain you a little more. So these topics are the random office situation that everybody must have experienced in their life. If you have not experienced it, just imagine it in your head that if this was the situation, then how I would be reacting to it or how I would be coping up with this situation. Okay, so now the situation for you is going to the office with a hangover.
Slowly and gradually, I would try to be a little more cautious. And the moment I become more cautious, I will try to, speak more about the work which has been done or talk more about futuristic things, making people realize that, oh, she's normal, nothing abnormal has happened to her. More and more plans, I will engage them in such a way that they will see, oh, nothing has happened. I will try to, make them part of that as if they also are hangover. But that would be my initial take for them, that they should not know that I had the hangover. And way forward, I will see that if I've got hangover, then I should not be.
To our next speaker, any volunteers, please, and I would request guests to please participate enthusiastically. What about guest Abhishek? Do you want to take part in it?
Okay, I can try.
Okay, wonderful. Perfect. So you have got number 7. So the situation for you is said that the work is complete, but still it is incomplete.
Toastmaster, ma'am, can you repeat the topic? I was able to hear.
Okay, so the topic of situation for you is that your boss has asked about the work update and you have said it is complete, though it is still incomplete.
Okay. So because I don't have any experience right now. I don't have a job. I'm currently a student. I can only imagine what I would do in such a situation. If I have already committed that I have completed the work and I haven't, so I would continue lying. I would say to the point where the boss is not able to even realize, and then I will try and just complete the work in whatever stipulated time that is remaining. And I would what I would do is I would just try to just get over with the task. That's what I would do. Thank you.
Okay, nice attempt. I would really appreciate it. So, okay, since that you are still not part of the corporate rat race that we are running in, so one tip from an experienced person I would give you that, okay, never lie about the work that it is complete. Again, because you know what bosses do, especially the bad ones, what they say, okay, if it is complete, send it in like next 5 minutes. I have a meeting, I need to present it.
And then I will be totally blank
right?
because I won't be able to send it.
Exactly, right? So never do this. It's like it's a very dangerous spot to be.
Okay, I take your advice.
Okay, perfect. Now, Okay, so I guess we have a raise of hand by PM Priyanka. Okay, so PM Priyanka.
I think you can give a chance to Muskan first.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she has also raised her
Muskan,
hand.
yes. Okay, Muskan. Okay. So Muskan, sharing the screen, and let's see which number you get. Number 5. Okay. So number 5 is something that used to happen to me a lot. Okay. So now the situation for you is sending wrong files to your boss in an important email as attachment.
Hello, everyone. So, actually, I never had done this mistake of sending wrong files, but I can, if I had ever sent the wrong files to my boss, I will, he maybe asked me that these are wrongs and I will rectify my mistake. But I have an incident that I want to share with you all. My sister, she has a friend. When during pandemic, there were OBE exams, that is open book exams, the students used to cheat from their friends and send to the teacher the exams. Like there are open book exams, so they used to send the files from cheating their friends. So one of my friend copied the sheet of her friend and sent her with that name only. And there was a scene that the teacher said that how can you send the sheet of some other student? And there was a mess. She was so like, she apologized for that. That ma'am, I was just clarifying my mistake. So that's it. Thank you.
Wonderful, Muskan, for sharing like the incidents about your sister. I was like so amused to hear that such perfect human beings do exist who don't send wrong files on emails. I mean, this is the first time I've heard because I have done it a lot. Okay, so any more volunteers? I can see our guest Anupam raising his hand. So guest Anupam, you're next, and let's just share the screen and see which number you get. Okay, so you've got number 2. So number 2 is like very typical and very controversial as well. Okay, so it is making rangoli on Diwali.
I remember it was Diwali and we people were celebrating it. The moment I entered in my room, I saw there was rangoli there. Actually, when I saw that rangoli, it was it was made on Holi. So since I was drunk at that point of time, I thought why not to extend this further. So I started making those drawings. Okay, and looking at me, the other drunk people, I should not say they are drunk. They were high, so they also started making it. Until we realized there were 10 people in the line, and they all started making rangolis. And it started from my home, and my next 10 homes, they were filled with rangolis. Tomorrow morning, when we woke up, we realized that there are so many rangoli which has been made. Who made this? Who was that person? Who was that person who means either he has no mind because it was Diwali and he made these type of rangoli. It was supposed to made on Holi. So while I was worrying about that, when I was thinking about that incident, I found that same thing is happening with other people also. They also came out from their home and they are also looking at this. Oh, who has done this? When we were there, our neighbor came and he said, there were 10 idiots yesterday and they were making this. Okay. So do you want to know who all were? So we said, yeah, tell us who was that idiot. And then he showed that picture to us, which he clicked that day. And it was us. Okay. It was me. Has it happened with you? Thank you.
This didn't happen with me. Let me just remember. Has it happened? No, this didn't happen with me. No. I've been drunk, but I've never made, like rangolis while being drunk. So that was something unique.
So this was also cooked.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing that, Anupam. Okay, so let's just any more guests who wanna participate? Guest Suraj, are you online? Like, do you want to participate in table topic session?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you have got number 6. Okay, so the topic for you is being frozen while giving a presentation in front of everyone.
Yes, please can you repeat your voice is very good.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yes, please repeat.
Should I repeat the topic?
Yes.
Okay. So your situation is being frozen while giving the presentation in front of your colleagues and management.
When I joined Akash Institute in September 2021, this was my first time when I reached to the office. And, initially, like there are so many colleagues that they are speaking in English, and I was Hindi medium student. So initially, I was so terrified, like how am I going to speak in front of them? They are really good. I was very anxious. I was very afraid. I just want to escape that situation. Yes, I cannot do this because I was so afraid. That was my orientation program. And initially I was so terrified, but my manager was very cool, or he was very kind to me, and she helped me and she supported to me. Sir, you don't need to worry. Just focus on your content. Slowly you will also improve your English, so you don't need to panic. So that was my first experience, and slowly, like I'm becoming confident. Maybe I think I diverted from the topic. I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, that's all from my side.
Okay, thank you so much, Suraj. And as far as the public speaking experience that I have, what I feel is that public speaking is more of like developing a muscle memory. More you do it, more you get better at it, right? So initially you might feel a little uncomfortable when like a lot of eyes are staring at you and you need to say your name in front of people, but just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. One day you get so comfortable that you can actually speak for half an hour in front of thousands of people. So just never back out. Okay. TM Himani, do we have the bandwidth to take a couple of more, or should we just
No,
wrap
we
up?
don't have, but I think we can take Mohit's if he's interested. Mohit, would you like to try?
Okay, I will try once
Yeah,
more.
please
Give me
try.
the
You
topic.
should try, in fact.
Okay, okay, I will.
Go ahead.
Okay, take a Mohit. For you, let's just see
Okay.
the number and the topic that you're getting. Okay, so the topic for you is this. Okay, it's a situation and I have
Okay.
experienced it. I've heard people a lot. Okay, so being unmute on an important Zoom call and talking nonsense.
Sorry. Pardon, please.
Yeah, being unmute on an important Zoom call and talking nonsense.
Okay. Okay. I had one experience also for that. During time of my classes, once I unmute my phone. Sorry, Zoom meeting. So we had call during the time. So mic also unmute on there. We were talking. We were talking in front of my classes. All over classes on there. We were talking. Let's go on the evening for drink. Okay. So there was nothing. But after the finish of class, my teachers called me at home. Uh, say say that Mohit, you are drunkard. So why you doing that? Sorry, मैंने नहीं कहा. शायद मेरा भाई होगा. No, I know that was your voice. I'm not. I accept that. I said okay, but I was not there. Okay, so you are lying also. So that was a roughly experience for me. That's all about. Thank you.
Thank you, and I think I can actually totally feel you, Mohit, and what it must have been to confront your teacher. And I mean, sympathy. And just make sure. So, okay, so this is like one of my rules for attending online meetings. Always keep yourself on mute and keep checking that you're on mute all the time.
But
So this is
during the time, it's auto unmuted on Zoom call.
yeah, I'm getting.
That's
So
the reason.
So that is why. I've actually, okay. So one of the incidences, it's related to theme also. Okay, so what happened? We were having like a company-wide Zoom call. So we used to have these stand-ups, Zoom stand-ups over there. Okay, and everybody used to, come in and tell their productivity and everything, like how it goes, like the random, like the usual drill. So on one of the incidences, what happened? One of my teammates, she like mistakenly kept her mic on unmute and she was on call with another colleague bitching about her boss and everybody on Zoom call was listening. And I can't even tell you certain adjectives that she used on the call. That was like
It happened over time.
and everybody was, trying to call her, say her name, and she was in her own zone. Everybody was saying, please keep yourself on mute, keep herself
yeah.
on mute. Who is
There,
the host of this meeting? Put this girl on mute.
that time we
kept on
felt
going for like 2 minutes, and it was.
that time we felt somebody's harassment me for it's happening over time.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for participating in favorite topic section. That was all from my side, and I'm giving the mic back to our teamer of the day, TM Himani. Please take the session forward, and thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manan, for conducting such a wonderful and exciting session for all of us. Indeed, the topics were so good, so refreshing, so energetic. It has actually, the topics have charged up the complete environment. Thank you. So can we have a big round of applause for him? All right, so without wasting much time, so it's 8:32 p.m. guys. I should move to the general evaluation section. After that, I'll be signing off my TMOD session. So let's invite Toastmaster Arunima for the general evaluation section.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himani. Guys, I'm back with my report. And let's start for the general evaluation sessions. And I request all the role players, whenever I will invite you on a stage and you hand over the stage back to me, let's have a line to carry on the environment for poetry. Like whenever the evaluator is going, please say something, one of your favorite lines or favorite poetry, anything. So let's start with the session for evaluators, wherein we have the evaluator Toastmaster Pravesh, who will be evaluating the speech by DTM Abhijit Roy. Let's welcome Toastmaster Pravesh for his evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster, General Evaluator Arunima, for handing over the stage. So talking about my favorite poetry, so it's from one of the great poet Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and I want to narrate it. Like it's like गीत नया गाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ, टूटे हुए तारों से फूटे बासंती स्वर, पत्थर की छाती में उगाए नव अंकुर, जरे सब पीले पात, कोयल की कुहुक रात, प्राची में अरुणिमा की रेख देख पाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ. So it is one of my favorite poetry. So now let's moving towards the evaluation. So life is short and leave it large. What a great topic selected by DTM Abhijit. So you were able to achieve the first objective of the speech, that you need to select a topic which is unique. So talking about your speech, you started with a question, how many of us think that our life is short and we make it large. So I think that is the best part for making for getting the engagement of the audience, because whenever you throw a question on the audience, it grabs the attention of the audience. Then after that also, that you are appealing to the audience again and again through your questions, that was keeping the audience engaging in your speech. Third good point about your speech was that you have included a current situation about the Russia-Ukraine war. So, and everyone was able to relate to that point about the war that is going, how life is there in Ukraine and Russia, and what all things are happening there. So it shows that our life is short and we should live it large. Again, one good point from your speech was that you have included your own personal experiences, and I think including your own personal experiences is the best way to grab the attention of the audience. So were able to connect with the audience. You were able to explain your unfamiliar topic with the unfamiliar audience very well. Talking more about this, you have also given a strong message, like we should live in the present. We should enjoy the current moment. We should not we should live in the current moment. We should not think about future or the past. But the person who enjoys the current moment, he lives his life in a large way. There were some good use of grammar as well, like split over milk. Some use of good proverbs are also there. Although it's very hard to give recommendation to a DTM, so it's just a small suggestion from my side. So what I felt was that there was some issue with your eye contact. You were just seeing only to the middle people only. So if you could have make the eye contact with all the peoples, so that would be a better for you. That would have given a better impression to the speaker, to the audience. And one more point, that all the topic that you have selected is a little bit of abstract topic. So that if you could have used a vocal variety in that, or something that could have expressed it very well, so I think that would be a cherry on the cake. So overall, you were able to achieve the objective of the speech. You have selected a topic which was unique, which we have never heard before. Means I have never heard before, and many of us I think would have not able to would have heard it before. And you were able to connect with the audience. So all the best to you for your future speeches. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pravesh, for the great evaluation. I would like to evaluate the evaluation given by Toastmaster Pravesh, wherein he followed a CRC approach. That was a good thing. And explained everything well, wherein he can use the camera or not. And it's great that he noticed each and every small detail. The recommendation for Toastmaster Pravesh could be that the lighting is not clear. Like when you are on stage, maybe you can fix your lighting so your expressions are more visible and you are able to connect with audience well. Maybe you can do this next time. And the evaluation, the tag team for presenting their reports, and then I'll be presenting my report at the end. Let's start with the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Today we have the poetry session. So I remember the lines which I read in my school time, and I just want to regain that.
Toastmaster Priyanka, I think we can take your evaluation later on.
You can't do that because I need to leave.
Okay.
Has seen the wind, neither I nor you. But when the leaves hang trembling, the wind is passing through. Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. But when the trees bow down their heads, the wind is passing by. So these are the lines which I read in my school time, and I always remember this line. So it's my report time. I'm just sharing my screen. Here is my report. So as you can see, there are 4 windows. We have made 4 rows. Seema has no filler words. She has just used 2 short pauses. Himani has only 1 short pause, and she has used few words like bad bitching, good usage, privilege, audacity, disgusting, lion used to see as deer. Arunima has 2 arms. Rajesh has 3. Veena has 2 filler words and 2 short pauses. I didn't count right now for mine. Sujoy has 6 filler words and 3 short pauses. Manan has 1 short pause and 1 filler word. He has a few good usage like meticulous, muscle memory, never back out. Pravesh has 4 filler words. Abhijit has few good usage like scorching heat, happy-go-lucky, jovial, prosperity, split milk, wake up and shine. He had 4 short pauses. Anupam, guest, has good usage, drunken. He has 1 filler word and 1 short pause. Muskan has 2 and 2 short pause. Mohit has 2 filler words. Suraj has 3 and 2 short pause, 3 repetition. Abhishek has 1. The word and idiom of the day used one by Himani and once by Priyanka. And there is a wrong usage, cherry on the cake. Not cake, it's cake.
It's okay, Priyanka. I think you can.
Priyanka, Thank you so much for that great evaluation.
Sorry for the disruption.
No, that's okay, Priyanka. No worries. Now let's hear the report from our counter, Toastmaster Veena.
Hello. Yes, please. Now I'm going to present our counter's report. I think our members have learned the ropes. That's why they haven't used many filler words. So I would like you to give a big round of applause for the members, for those speakers who didn't use any of the filler words. They are Muskan, Suraj, Imani, Anupam, Arunima, Priyanka, Abhijit, and Sujoy. These are the persons who didn't use any of the filler words. So please give a big round of applause to them. Now I would like to tell you about who used these filler words. Seema used so one time. Abhishek used so 2 times and 1 time or 2 times. And Mohit used and 1 times or 2 times. Rajesh used so 2 times and 1 time. Sujoy used 1 time so, that's all. Pravesh used 1 time so, 1 time like, and many times and Manan used 2 times so, 2 times and, 3 times you know, and 2 times So this is a report. Now I would like to recite the poem that I had written many times back. It was, I promised you to give with some of the poem, a poem exactly about you when you join. You are the man of the dream of my own. The dream will come true was never known. I think of you and your happiness alone. I can't decide how to bring you in tone. I wish and wish that we rebuilt our home somewhere on the earth, gone are bygones, where we don't return to think of our mourn, where the life begins with the smiles of morn, where we never meet to be left alone and meet for the day, for the moments that shone. This is a small poem that I had written back.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Veena, for that great poem and the great report. Let's hear the report from the timer of the day. Toastmaster Rajesh, over to you.
Thank you, Journal Evaluator, for inviting me. So here I would like to show my timing report. Can you able to see my report?
Yes.
Okay. Our some Toastmasters has taken little time because today we have one more agenda which is related to poem. I think it's okay. So all were on time. So over to you, Journal Evaluator.
Thank you, timer Rajesh. I think the evaluator moved out the time limit and the evaluator is disqualified for today. So evaluator, please note that when the red card comes up, you just wrap up and hand over back so that you don't get out. Thank you, timer. Now I would like to give my feedback to the timer.
I'm sorry, Toastmaster Arunima, we have active listener as well.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. So let's hear it from the active listener for today, Toastmaster.
Hello, everybody. I'm again back with the chocolates for all of you. So I'll be asking, active listening is also, and it's a form of participation, and also in respecting like the participant speeches, and of course also in respecting the meeting. So I'll be asking a few questions, and of course it is based on the speeches which people said. Now, the Toastmaster Abhijit, he in the beginning of his speech mentioned three goals of a person's life to be happy. So what are they? Think. Nobody gets it. I'm getting that.
Ali, what's the question?
It's happy. It's to be happy and safe and also healthy. Now, Toastmaster Himani, she mentioned the years. I mean, the years and her experience in her life. How many years of experience she has total in her life?
I know this one.
Yeah, please say.
10.
13.
It's 10.
10, okay.
That's 10.
So guests are also
Manan gets its
participating.
chocolate. Yeah, get your chocolate, Manan.
Virtual chocolate?
Toastmaster Pravesh. Yeah, virtual chocolate. Toastmaster Pravesh, he mentioned he has changed in and how many jobs? Jobs like in and how many years?
This
Yeah,
time
Imani?
some guests should participate. I think some guests. Come on. Suraj, Abhishek.
How many jobs? How many years?
Yeah, Sujay, can you please repeat?
Sujay, can you please repeat?
How many jobs? And he changed. And how many years?
So
4 jobs.
I think 4.
4 jobs he changed. Yeah, okay. And how many years?
4 years. 3 years, I think. 3 years.
Everybody's guessing now.
Correct.
Who got it?
Guest Muskan.
I think Muskan.
I think Muskan got it. Yes. Oh, chocolate is yours again, Muskan.
Thank you.
Sujay, this should be last. This should be last.
I think, yeah, okay, yeah. So Toastmasters Seema, Air was the first job. In which company was the first job?
Indian Express.
Indian Express. Everybody said it. Right, perfect, right. All of you get the chocolate. That's over with my but thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sujay. Arunima, are you there?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sujoy. Now, can we launch the polls for the best tag player? In the meanwhile, we launch the polls. I will share my feedback for the tag team. So, Toastmaster Priyanka, who was the grammarian for the day, she did a great job. The only recommendation for her could be that I realized that she was in the report she was presented, she was stating about the filler words, which I think are the part of the counter report and not the grammarian report. Toastmaster Imani, please correct me if I'm.
Yes, I think it should be corrected.
like filler words and the
Yes,
unnecessary sounds are should be the part of the counter report and not the grammarian report. So maybe their grammarian can work upon, but kudos to her. Despite of all the disturbances, she delivered her report very well and gave all the points. Also, when during the meeting, she can share the word of the day or idioms in the chat. Otherwise, we forgot to use. Maybe if she sharing in the chat, people will remember and will use. Our counter. Then we had the report from our counter Veena. It was a detailed report. She noticed each and everything well. Maybe if it is possible, you can share the report on Excel or maybe through the laptop if it is possible for you, Toastmaster Veena. Otherwise, it was a great report.
Okay.
Timer, you gave a detailed report. Whenever there is a disqualification, maybe you can highlight it with a red. That will show automatically to the viewers that the person has crossed the line. I really liked how you marked green and yellow. Maybe you can color them green, yellow, and red on that time they took. So, like if someone lands in 1 minute and 30 seconds for the table
Toastmaster Arunima,
topics,
your
you
voice is
can mark
cracking.
it green and then 130. And if there is a disqualification, maybe a brown for disqualification, automatically it can be visible. Is it better now?
Yes, much better.
Is it better?
Yes, much better. Okay.
All right. And moving on to the active listener for the day, Toastmasters Sujoy. I think he did a great job. He asked a question, I think, which no one had the answer. I think we were not the active listeners, and we can be the active listeners in the next time, and so on. Overall, coming to the general evaluation report, the meeting started well on time. The objectives were read out clearly. The presiding officer introduced and welcomed guests very warmly, and also even the meeting started. Still, there was a guest, and the presiding officer mentioned and welcome, which is a great thing. Normally, we forget, like when the meeting starts, we forget to introduce the guest. But thank you to presiding officer for taking care of all the guests. And the Toastmaster of the day that you played, it was a very different topic. I never had attended a meeting for wherein we had such sessions, horrible bosses, and like how you took an adjective and made it engaging. I liked how the session was engaging because TMOD session is main for the guests to be in the meeting, and you engaged everyone. Kudos to you. The table topic session was really great, spinning the wheel and the speakers coming up, and everything was planned. There were no backouts. Everything began on time, and the meeting, I think, is running on time. Decorum was maintained. That is all from my side for general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arunima, for your wonderful evaluation. Thanks a lot. All right. So, as a team mod, I would like to sign off with two things. If you are dealing with a difficult boss, at least you are learning how not to manage people when you have the opportunity, isn't it? Correct. All right, so I'll sign off with last activity. I had so many activities today, but due to time constraint, I could not conduct it. But let me share my screen with you. Okay, so in 6th or 7th standard, you must have done fill in the blanks. So here, fill in the XX. So leaders dash, bosses dash. So I just, you all can unmute yourself and just pop up the words. you have the first letter as your hint. Leaders dash, bosses dash. So come on, all unmute yourself and speak up the words. Come on. Everyone is thinking. So just get 30 seconds.
Leaders lead,
Leaders.
bosses. Leaders lead.
Okay.
Bosses
Bosses?
controlled.
Well, there are how many X? 3. There are 6 X. So control no. CONTROL.
Leaders lead, bosses.
I think it will work. Leaders lead, bosses control. Yeah.
Leaders.
I think correct. So congratulations, Toastmaster Sujay. It is control. It can be control. Leaders lead, bosses control or command. All right. So move to next. Leaders dash, bosses dash. So it starts with F. Leaders F. What is this? Who said? Suraj. Oh, great. Leaders forgive, bosses. Bosses. Come on.
Excuse.
Come on, come on. Leaders forgive. Bosses.
Bosses
Badla.
agonize. Agonize. I think I'm pronouncing this correct.
Agonize. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. It's 5 X's. Well, it would be leaders forgive, bosses avenge. Avenge. Yeah. Now we move to next. Leaders dash, bosses dash. Leaders P. And there are how many X? 1, 2, 3, 5.
Are they 6?
7. 7 X. Come on. Leaders
It
dash.
must be praise.
Praise. No. Yeah, praise would be RPRAISE. 6. No. So
Promote.
it should consist of 8 words. Promote.
Promote.
Well, yes, leaders promote, but bosses then after that what? Demote. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Demote, right?
Demote.
Okay. That's a good try. Well, leaders persuade, bosses demand.
Okay. Very good.
All right. So that's the session from the TMOD. Now, as a presiding officer, I would like to take the feedbacks from all the guests. So, Suraj, Mohit, Abhishek, Muskan, you can all unmute yourself and share your experience. So we can start with Suraj first. Suraj, you can unmute yourself and you can tell your feedback. How did you like the meeting?
Should I write in the chat box or should I speak?
Yeah, you can speak. One-liner, that's it.
This is my first day to the meeting. Initially, I was really nervous. Kind of introvert plus extrovert. I'm not exactly introvert. Because of my English, I tended to become introvert. But I'm not introvert. Like today it was a really wonderful session. People are really grateful.
Thank you, Suraj. Hope to see you in next meeting too.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hi.
Now we can move to Muskan. Hi, Muskan.
And one thing from my
yeah.
Yes.
I already know Veena.
Yes. I know Suraj. He is a very good Toastmaster. He is in TMCD also.
Okay. All right, so we can move to Muskan. How did you find the meeting?
The meeting was great. It was really interactive and I really enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone.
And you also participated very well. A very
Thank
good
you.
attempt in table topic.
Yes.
Thank you, Muskan. Hope to see you in next meeting too.
Sure.
Now we can move to Mohit. Hi, Mohit.
Sure, ma'am. My views for this meeting. I never seen this type of meeting. This is first time for me, and it was great for me and very enjoyable on there. And finally, I would say 4 lines. Definitely, it's on Hindi because I won.
I think
He dropped off.
he dropped out. Yeah. No worries. We can move to Abhishek. Hi, Abhishek. How did you find the
Hi,
meeting?
I think it was a great session. I'd like to thank all the members for being so welcoming towards the guests, and I'm also thankful for the evaluation that you have given us. It's very helpful.
Okay. Mohit is joining us again. Thank you, Abhishek. Hope to see you soon in the next meeting too. Mohit, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Okay, 4 lines in there.
If it will take time, then we can move to Anupam. Hi, Anupam. You already are Toastmaster, so I'm sure we'll get some improvement points as well.
Thank you so much. I wanted to be a part of this by participating in as a speaker, but I was not sure whether I'll get, because I think you must have floated this message also there. In
Yeah,
the
yeah,
group.
it was done.
Yeah, so I got that, but then I was in dilemma whether I will be able to make this, because then it was just clashing with my office time. So I couldn't get that chance, but yeah, I got the chance to participate in table topics. So thank you so much for that opportunity. I love table topics. So whenever these things comes, because there are so many things to learn instantly, we have to speak impromptu. You have to talk, So that is a great ability to have. And I love to participate in these type of meetings because chance of learning is always there. And today also even DTM was there, so he gave a good speech. I think there was some message behind it, so that also I liked it, and the format is always good. Okay, so that's what motivates. So coming to the theme, theme was really great, and then people heart out when they were speaking about this. Okay, so I was just keeping myself. I didn't wanted to those things to come out, so that is why I was keeping myself controlled. So I didn't speak. Otherwise, I could have taken some more time. Okay. So if we have that type of bosses, I think Harivansh Rai Bachchan has said, no, he said, "तू न थकेगा कभी, तू न थमेगा कभी, तू न मुड़ेगा कभी, कर शपथ, कर शपथ, कर शपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ." So just
Great,
have that
superb.
kind of spirit. Okay, so whenever we have any boss, the team will be. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anupam. We loved having you today.
Thank you
And
so
hope
much.
to see you in next meeting too.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Muskan wants to share some lines. So over to you, Muskan.
So I am writing a jingle, and my topic is United we stand, divided we fall. And I just started it, and I wrote 3 to 4 lines. I would like to share it with you all. Unity and prosperity are serving twin delights. Hope for the new era makes some new ideas. Shining, smiling, joining are the symbols of the dawn. Unity and prosperity are serving twin delight. Hope for the new era makes some new ideas. Thank you.
Great.
That's a great one, Muskan.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, we can move to Mohit now. Mohit, you can share your poem with us. Mohit, are you there? No worries, we can move to award section now. So, award for best auxiliary role player. So we had 4 role players today. Timer, grammarian, accounter, our active listener who was giving us chocolates, virtual chocolates. So all of you can unmute yourself and just make wild guesses.
Can't say.
Nobody is saying anything.
Between active listener and account.
In my view, there should be a tie. Between Sujay and
TM
yeah. All right. So award for best auxiliary role player goes to our very own Toastmaster Veena.
Thank you.
Many congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Now we have best table topic speaker. So today we have 5 to 6 speakers and they made a very good attempt. Can we have some wild guesses? Suraj is not speaking anything.
Maybe Seema.
Anupam.
Toastmaster Seema. Toastmaster Anupam. Rajesh, come on.
Toastmasters Anupam.
Well, award for best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Anupam. Huge congratulations, Toastmaster Anupam. Very well deserved. Now we have best role player. We had a T-mod, that is me. We have TTM, who is none other than Toastmaster Manan, and we had a fun session over there. Then we have GE, Toastmaster Arnima.
I believe there is again a tie between Timod and TM Manan.
But I was rooting to Toastmaster Manan. All right, so award for best role player goes to Toastmaster Himani. Thank you, everyone. And I would like I would like to say one point here that Toastmaster Rajesh, he has done a wonderful job today. I can see the improvement from the last meeting to this meeting. So can we have a big round of applause for him? He actually implemented all the improvement points in his role today. And thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh. So now it's time to wrap up the session with our signature slogan. So on count of 3, we'll recite our signature slogan. 3, 2, 1. In Weep to Lead, leaders don't stop
until they are on top.
until they are on the top. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your wonderful participation and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.